What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast back in effect with another amazing, action-packed episode for you guys to watch and listen to. We're going to dive right into it without further ado. Darrell, as always, good sir, what do you have for us today?
Well, it hasn't been that big of a news cycle.
No, but still action-packed when we bring them this another episode.
So let's talk about something that wasn't that action-packed for us. And I guess we could start off with the breaking down of the Falcons game.
Yep.
And
it doesn't even have to be the game in particular. You can literally just break down the whole season, what you've seen so far, and just see they're not fixing certain issues.
Yeah, the quarter into the season, what's going on. I didn't watch the game because I was at a wedding.
Yeah.
But tell me what you saw from what you watched from the game.
Poor judgment. Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is what you saw?
Matt Ryan. Our running game's getting better. Our receivers are top notch all around, very well rounded. Our line keeps getting hurt. We keep getting more people injured.
Yeah, we have some. Jamon Brown went down with a concussion.
Correct. And then we have other people who haven't come back, and or we have people that are still super gimp and are playing hurt. I don't know what we're gonna do, but he needs to act quick on signing or training the third or fourth string people to step up. He knows he's on the hot seat. You want to know why?
How?
Keanu Neal went out. We know that. Unfortunately, we talked about that on the previous episode. We made a trade with who was it?
With Philly.
Yeah, with Philly. We're getting I think 7th round draft pick, and the safety we got, and then they're getting a 6th round pick, and whoever. Yeah. So I mean, I like that we actually took action to, get another safety. So I'm excited about that. But overall, our defense, we have holes in it, and we need to patch them up. Keep trading people. You need to act fast. There's no time to wait mid-season. It's already going to get worse. We have Houston coming in. Or no, we're going to Houston. Yeah. Then we got the 49ers? Or it's Arizona.
Hold on, let me see.
I know it's one of the two.
We play Arizona.
Okay, exactly. And they're doing some stuff.
You don't do well with rookie quarterbacks, man. With rookie players, let me say.
Correct. Okay. Then we have Seattle coming here. Mm-hmm. Then it's literally getting worse. Then it's literally Carolina and then New Orleans.
Right.
Teddy Bridgewater is playing back as Teddy Bridgewater-like right now.
Right.
Who else? The Panthers are still winning games without Cam.
Yep.
It's not looking good. And then when we played them the second time around, all those people that were hurt, even the Jaguars, they may all be healthy.
Yeah, but not even that. Remember, the Buccaneers beat the Rams.
That's true?
No, they put up 50 points, right?
Yeah.
50, On the Rams.
And we're playing them. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There is nothing this is why when we said how panicked we are after the first game, I was at an 8 because there was nothing you saw that made you believe this. In history, showed that this was going to turn around. We are 1-12 since against AFC teams, and that's including our Super Bowl debacle.
Yes.
1-12. This is what I saw because, of course, I didn't watch the game, but I watched highlights.
You have to.
I watched the stats. When I saw the score, my fiance handed me the phone, showed me the score. I was like, good thing I didn't watch it. But this is what I've learned from watching. Okay? Mm-hmm. So mine is just kind of numbers. We don't do good against rookies at all. It doesn't matter the position. A.J. Brown
had
94 yards, 2 touchdowns. It don't matter what position. Matt Ryan had a fumble, so we still having turnover issues.
Yep.
Marcus Mariota, I want to let me see if I have this correct. Got sacked 9 times last week.
That's crazy. That's literally insane.
I'm looking it up right now just to make sure.
Yeah.
9 times he got sacked last week. How many sacks did we get?
Not enough.
I don't know. We didn't get one. Not one sack.
It's your boy Vic Beasley, man. Your boy.
That is your boy.
I know.
It's your boy.
No, he ain't my boy. I told you I don't trust Clemson, defensive players.
Right. So they had 7 sacks.
Yeah.
Not 9. 7 sacks got laid on them by Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah.
We had a big whopping goose egg.
Yep. We can't get to the quarterback.
We can't get. And didn't I tell you in a past podcast? Please, somebody look it up. I said I've never seen Tack McKinley so much celebrate almost getting there. Like,
I like him more than Vic.
I don't know anymore. I think both of them are not the answer.
I think it might be coaching too, man. And I'm definitely not standing up for Vic Beasley. Tack's still on the younger end. I don't know. It's something about Vic Beasley. I gave him another chance this year.
Yes, everybody did. I was forced to.
Yes. I'm done with everybody. It's literally like Keanu Neal goes down and you guys are all trash.
Yeah.
I mean, offense and defense. I don't know how that's possible. But it's like he goes down and then it's over. The whole season.
I wanted to ask you. I'm going to give you some names, okay?
Okay.
Just some names. You're going to tell me, are they still on the Falcons? Okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
This is the game. Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Devontae Freeman.
Yes.
Julio Jones.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley.
Didn't he? Oh, yeah. I was thinking about somebody else. Yeah.
Alex Mack.
Yeah?
Grady Jarrett.
Yeah?
Vic Beasley.
Yes.
Paxton Finley.
Yes.
Okay. Deion Jones.
Yes.
Ricardo Allen.
Unfortunately, yes.
Here's a hard one. Matt Bryant. Is he still on?
Yes, might I add, you did not watch this game. He was so trash. Like retirement worthy trash on Sunday.
Okay.
Yes.
So all the people you named still on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people, I believe everybody I named was on that Super Bowl team, right?
Was Tack?
Tack wasn't.
Right. But everybody else, yes.
Everybody else. And we're 1-3. So explain to me this. We have Julio Jones, the best receiver in the league. Calvin Ridley had 10 touchdowns. Only person on the offense playing good is Austin Hooper.
But yeah.
That's it.
Julio and Calvin aren't playing bad. They can't get the ball.
Yes.
And even Sanu, they can't get the ball.
Yep, Sanu is playing pretty good. So what's the answer? Because I'm with you. I
literally said our running game is back to being what it was. Our receiving core is literally probably the best in the league.
Best in the league, but we scored 10 points.
Our O-line is incredible minus these injuries. It's the injuries up front and Matt Ryan. Okay. Matt Ryan cannot exist without a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I think we all are starting to realize that Kyle Shanahan was the tool that made this thing go.
I think it's a package deal. I think it's literally a package deal. They cannot exist without each other. Even though he's not doing bad, but I don't think he's as good as we think by himself. I think he is destined. Huh?
You talking about Matt Ryan?
No, I'm talking about Shanahan.
Okay.
I think he was destined to be a super high paid offensive coordinator.
Okay. My only disagreement is the 49ers are 3-0.
Oh, I know.
So that's why.
I mean,
not a Julio.
He's good at. Okay. I think he's a great leader. I just think they have better pieces. People want to go there, and then also the GM is doing his thing.
John Lynch?
Yes, obviously.
Right.
I mean, I think we need a clean house this summer at postseason with literally, Darrell, everything. Everything.
So, what are you saying do with Matt Ryan then? You saying clean house with him too?
Bro, I've been saying this for 3 years. What are you guys saying?
I think he's like Jake Fromm.
I agree. I'm tired of this stiff deer in the headlights quarterbacks. I'm tired of that. I watched Holmes come back. No panic. He's just like, give me the ball. I need the ball back. Give me the ball. He comes back, and I'm like, he's going to come back and beat Detroit, right?
Yeah.
And he did. And then you see that with Drew Brees. You see that with like Aaron Rodgers. You see that with certain quarterbacks. You even see that with Stratford.
Yep.
It's just a matter of like, I don't see that with Matt Ryan. I see panic. I see he's going to throw an interception at any waking moment, and it's over. I don't trust him. I don't believe in him. The only time I liked him was 2 times I've liked him. I loved him in college.
Uh-huh.
And I loved him Super Bowl season. He was slinging that thing. It was, man.
Well,
that was one of the most beautiful times, and I'm glad we got to live it.
Right.
It's over.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if I'll say I'm glad I got to live it because you still have that 20.
No. But like remove. Look, okay. It's almost like this. I know. I'm talking about regular season. I know you were hyped to live the 60-win Hawks season, and I know you were hyped.
I was very hyped.
Yeah, I know you were very hyped. Both of those 2 teams were the same. Why? They both weren't on primetime TV ever,
and they both blew it in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well. You're thinking of the end. I'm talking about, imagine none of that happened yet. It was fun leading up until
at one point at that season, the Hawks were the best team in the league. And team-wise, was the best team with no superstars.
We kept going back and forth with the Warriors for best record.
Yeah. I think Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff is fired.
Oh, 100%. Already. They're just waiting.
Yeah, they're just waiting. Because I think the best point we made last week was this was probably the easiest game on our schedule.
This, and I would say we just had our 2 easiest games. Back-to-back weeks, and we lost both.
Not even lost by double digit points.
Yeah.
The
last one we lost by 3.
Oh, by 3. By 3. We were just down by.
I mean, I guess you're right because the end score really doesn't reflect what actually happened.
Yeah. Because there's nothing to suggest this is going to get better.
No. The only reason I stay optimistic because I actually see Matt Ryan statistically is good. We've seen what he can do.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what he can do. We know how great Julio is. Devontae Freeman can be great. We know we have good defensive players. Our O-line is finally legit minus the injuries. We know what we have. We are the best worst team.
We're the best worst. Because what do you like? If I say Calvin Ridley, Austin Hooper, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Ito Smith, Mohamed Sanu, 1 and 3, bro.
Best worst team. We're like what the Packers were the last 2 seasons, and they made a lot of trades. And they still were, better than what we are.
Well, because they have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and we don't.
So this is what I think the biggest thing that should happen. And I've been saying this for a while. Draft Jalen Hurts. Let's start.
He's killing it right now.
A quarterback. And I'm saying Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is the type that he's going to need some development. Like, he's slinging it in Oklahoma, but Oklahoma and everybody slings it in Oklahoma.
It's like they go to Oklahoma and they just, are incredible QBs.
Yeah. So start developing quarterback. Because are you even excited? Like, Baltimore, let's take Baltimore. I watch a lot of Baltimore games.
And you're lucky you have that right now because they're amazing.
Yeah. And they're fun to watch, even though they lost by 40 points to the Browns. But even with those being 2-2, they're just 2-2.
Yeah.
Being 2-2 because they have Lamar Jackson, because they have Hollywood Brown.
Which I love Hollywood Brown, man. That kid's incredible.
Yes, they feel better about it.
Correct.
They feel like, oh man, even if this season is a losing one, we still have these two young guys. Like it's still the future looks bright.
Yeah, correct.
We're like
Matt Ryan's older now.
Matt Ryan's 34. Julio's 30.
I think 31.
Yeah. So Alex Mack is what, 34, something like that?
Yeah, and Freeman's like, I think he's
late 20s.
Yeah. But still.
Mohamed Sanu, I think, is close to 30. So it's just like,
wait a minute. I thought Sanu was older than that.
He might be.
Oh, anyways, but yeah, keep going.
It's just like, this is why, and I keep saying this, when you have a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl, you close the deal. Because you don't know
when you'll go back. You know what's funny, Darrell?
Yes. And he's 30.
No, he isn't.
He's 30.
That's an old-looking 30. I really thought he was, dang, okay. So he's relatively, for that position, he's still young-ish. Like, he's in that vet age. Okay, all right. What's funny about the Falcons? And then we'll move on.
Everything.
If you, yes. It's literally Alabama. What I mean by this is, Alabama with Jalen Hurts in the championship. Then Tua comes in. Wins it. Kills it. Surprises you.
Against us.
That's true. Okay. We are one quarterback away from a Super Bowl. Oh. I have no doubts about it. If you have one athletic Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers, a mobile quarterback that's can run, take a hit, sling it, manage the game, a Deshaun Watson, anybody. We are one, Darrell. We are one away from, and I don't think the state, I don't think the organization wants to go back to, honestly, an athletic quarterback like that.
Oh, well, I don't know what they want to do.
No, I'm going to keep it real. I think after the
yeah, you have said this.
I've said it, and I'm Matt Ryan, Michael Vick. Put them side by side. What does the South want?
The South probably wants more of a exciting. But
we get mixed up on what the South actually is.
Oh, so are you saying that they want a white?
Okay, I'm not going to take it that deep. They want somebody to stay in the pocket, and they like that type of football. I'll just leave it there.
Okay, because Georgia has that same issue because they do the same thing.
And guess what you do with the other quarterback? You remember Justin Fields with Georgia, right?
I do remember.
Hey, let's put him in the game. All right, we're gonna just run him.
Yeah, we're gonna do option plays.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna do.
But guess what?
Guess what? We can throw. Oh, he can throw. No, he has legs. Let's run it. Oh, and guess what? What's he doing for Ohio State? Slinging it 80 yards, touchdowns. Oh, we didn't want to use that. Do you remember Lamar Jackson?
Yes, Louisville.
No, we're gonna progress it to the pros. You remember Lamar Jackson at the beginning of his career? Guess what? Let's put him in the game, and then let's run him because he can't throw.
Yes.
Oh, guess what he's doing now? He's slinging it, throwing touchdowns to Hollywood Brown, and they're celebrated.
And they also wanted Lamar Jackson to be a wide receiver. They also talked about him changing positions.
Do you know how many times they always do that? You know they wanted Tebow as a receiver?
Yeah, he was too big.
No. But I'm saying, I don't know what the Ravens keep wanting to change people to be different positions. That's been a culture for the last, I think, 10 years or something like that. But anyways, we're one quarterback away. from a Super Bowl deal.
I just think that if we had somebody to be excited about,
I think everybody would rally behind him.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to be excited about. Like, yes, Matt Ryan statistically is the best quarterback in our history.
Mm-hmm.
But our history ain't that great.
No, it's not. People need to remember that when you talk history, what was before you?
Yeah. Like, probably before him, the best quarterback was Michael Vick at that point.
Exactly. And then the best was Brett Favre and didn't even play there like that.
And we keep using him as like the legacy of the Falcons, using Brett Favre. And I think Deion Sanders had 4 seasons, but he didn't do anything historic with us.
Besides play in a Super Bowl and a World Series. Which if you've seen that 30 for 30, that is amazing that he did that.
So the Falcons have the Texans coming up.
Correct. On the road.
What do you expect?
A beatdown. Deshaun is a beast. The AFC is getting stronger.
Okay.
And we're on the road. I think we panic. We're all like, these aren't our fans. What are we gonna do? They're not wearing red and black. All right, let's lose by 30.
Well, they wasn't wearing red and black. I heard last week either. I heard it was a lot of Tennessee fans.
You know what though? Every time I go to a game there, it's always more other people. Until the playoffs.
Yeah, but I expect a shootout in the sense I expect a high-scoring game. But yes, I still expect to lose.
I'm shocked you're being this optimistic. But
no, I just think it's going to be a lot of points put up, but I still expect to lose.
Okay. Right.
I hope it's a lot of points put up because I have Deshaun Watson in one league, Carlos Hyde in one, DeAndre Hopkins, Matt Ryan in one, Julio in another. Like, I'm in 4 leagues, so
yeah.
I have a lot of Texans and Falcons that right. I'm ready. I want it to be a high-scoring game, selfishly. Because I'm like, if you're not going to win me a Super Bowl, at least help me win my own.
That's true. That's true.
Super Bowl.
So let's segue on to another thing with Atlanta tradition, something that's going super well besides Atlanta United. The Atlanta Braves. It is playoff time, Darrell. Yes. It is playoff time starting this week. We're kicking this off. By the time you guys watch and listen to this, it'll be, what? Game 2?
Yep,
yeah. So yeah. The Atlanta Braves. How do you think we're going to do, and how do you feel going into this?
All right.
Are we going to choke with playoffs, or are we going to continue to thrive? Because at the end of the season, we were really hitting our stride. What are your thoughts?
Well, we were doing really well. We got swept by the Mets.
Yeah.
But I think we kind of packed it in. Let me say, there's 2 types of fans here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So you're either going to be the super optimistic, like, oh, man, the past is the past. Let's worry about championships now. We have a really good.
That's me.
That's you. Okay. Yes. Then it's the other fan that says, man, I've seen this story before. I can't get my hopes up.
Is that you?
And that's me.
Okay.
So I am like, I want to believe.
You know what's funny? What? I'm actually there with you.
Really?
I'm actually there with you because that's why I asked you. Do you think we're going to crumble in playoffs? When the lights get a little brighter, a little hotter, and the stage is, bigger. And we're hosting it at home. We have home field. Yep. Are we going to crumble? Or I guess with them, and anytime we make it this far ever again, until we do something.
Right.
I am not going to be optimistic till there's 4 zeros on that clock, and we are crying, hopping up and down, just running amok, just cheering. I won't be happy till then.
Yeah, and then it's like things don't come easy. I mean, Cardinals are a really hard task for us. We're a really good team. Our pitching has gotten better. The bullpen has definitely gotten better. Dallas Keuchel is the day one starter. Acuna is a little hurt with a groin injury, but I think he's still willing to play.
He did so much during the regular season. That man needs to – I hope he gets better because he did a lot this year.
Yeah, we have – I don't think I don't know if we ever had this many people with high up home runs with Josh Donaldson, Freddie Freeman, and Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
So offensively, I think we are good enough to win a championship. Dodgers keep blowing it. The best thing that happened to us, I thought, was the Nationals playing the Dodgers because they can beat up on each other.
That's what I was saying, but it also, at first it scared me. Milwaukee, I was like, man, I need the Nats knocked out because they're always a threat.
Right.
Always a threat every year to us. So I'm like, dang it, that sucks. Then I was like, wait a minute. Who are they playing next? Wait, the Dodgers? Thank you.
Yes.
Nice comeback.
But I am super afraid and I'm super worried that we'll get in this position and it just won't happen. So I guess I'm afraid to love again. And this to me.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm with you. We can go to Afraid to Love Again therapy with Atlanta because I'm with you. Honestly, the only team I do trust is United, and even them, they're fighting for third place right now. They made the playoffs, but they're fighting for seeding, which I'm okay with. Braves, I do think we're good enough. I'm just scared. It's almost like I don't want I don't want Thursday's game to happen because I love being optimistic before the storm. And then the storm comes, and then you're like, here we are again.
I'm going to tell you what I did. Like, the last time we were in the championship, not to United, but with Georgia against Alabama. You alluded to this game earlier.
Yes.
I'll tell you how I watched the game.
Yeah.
On my phone, every 30 minutes, just checking the score. Didn't watch the actual game because that's how nervous I was.
Yeah.
Nervous I was watching it, and I saw this big up, and then I see every time I look back, I see the lead dwindling.
Yeah.
Now, then at the end, so I start watching the end because I want to, you want to still see it.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Again. So for us, I think, like you said, you brought up the Hawks, 61 season. They get swept 0-4 against Cleveland
in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yep.
Almost the furthest we've ever been. But
it is. Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins when he played the Celtics against the Celtics. I think they went to Game 7. Other than that, it was the furthest we've ever been. Falcons 25-point lead below it. Georgia, I forgot how much they were up.
I think it was 20. It was 14. It was high.
It was high.
Yeah.
Blew it. And the Braves, you guys are not exempt. 13 straight division titles.
Yep.
One championship. And that championship happened when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, 95.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like, I listen to the radio every day, and they always say these bandwagon fans. These sorry Atlanta.
What's your sports talk radio choice?
92.9.
Okay. Yeah.
So I listen to Douglas in the morning.
Okay.
But they always talk about Atlanta fans. We're so fickle. But the problem is history shows we should be. We should be fickle. So, like, we were at one point. It was years ago. ESPN put the most miserable sports team. Seattle was 1. We were 2. Well, Seattle has won since then. But now we're 1.
That's true.
We have a right.
Yeah.
To be bitter and upset and don't trust it. So, yes, I think the Braves are a good enough team. I'm just worried. I don't even know what to do. Should I watch with optimistic? I don't even tell me what should I do?
I'm glued to it. I'm literally from opening pitch. I'm watching the whole thing. I can't speak on game 2. Even though baseball is interesting, like I mentioned. Just to touch on with the playoffs starting, how the Nats made it into the next round. Yeah. They beat Milwaukee. They were down 3-1, and then at the end of the game, they were down on their luck. It was about to be over. They were 7 minutes, I know there's no time clock, but just actual time. From what they were saying, they were down and they had some good base hits, and then they ended up winning. One error happened, and then they came back and won 4-3. Also, with baseball, stuff can happen as long as you have a team where
Right.
people stay alive.
Right.
Meaning, they stay at bat. Anything can happen. Like the Yankees are very good. Always have been good at
Yes.
that. I'm going to watch the first game, glued to it. I think everybody will. I think everybody should. At least, so to answer your question, even for you, at least watch game one.
But are you watching optimistic? Like, how are you watching?
Yes. I'm always going to be optimistic of game one of the season like I was with the Falcons. I'm going to be optimistic the first week. Since basketball is a little different, I'll give the first week with the Hawks, and then I'm not giving up on them because it's young. I just want to see heart all the way through. That's all I want this season. Even though I do think we are a playoff-bound team. I said this, and we'll touch on this later. I think we are a 6th to 8th seeded team.
No, I agree with the Hawks. And with the Hawks, I think because they're so young that you can watch with patience.
Right. I'm okay with that. And then, just to wrap up, and then anytime we make the playoffs, I'm optimistic game one. It can happen now. Except, depending on who we play. Now, if we're playing Dodgers right now, I'm like, no. I hope we win. I hope I get the ding on my phone and it says, oh, we won against the Dodgers. But they're just too good.
I think we could beat the Dodgers. I mean, God, it would just suck if the Dodgers go back because they blow it every year. But I think we are. We beat them in the series after they swept us at the beginning of the season. We came back and beat them earlier in the series. I think we can beat the Dodgers. It's just I'm just nervous, man. And maybe I should be optimistic because it's a new team, new era, but it's always the same result. It's just like everybody. It's a new, and you know what? The Falcons have ruined me so bad that I don't even play Madden anymore. Like I just think they kind of just kind of crushed everything in my view, and I'm trying to. Maybe I need to go to therapy. I'm trying to be excited, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I will look back and say, man, why couldn't I have been a Boston fan? Or why couldn't I have
No, I thought about that. Like, I really thought about that. I was like, why can't I live in, Boston and just, like, literally, I'm happy 365.
Yeah, you can be a part of it.
In every sport. Every sport, you can't name a sport that they're bad at.
And I don't think that's being a fair weather fan. That's like wanting more from your team. Like, who wants to be a part of blowing a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl? Who wants to be a part of that?
And you know what's funny? Whether you're deeply into sports or not, the morale of a city can change with a winning sports team.
Absolutely.
That's facts.
Absolutely.
It's just like you're going to enjoy your school more if your school, like say University of Georgia, has a dynamite football team. You're going to have things to do. The town's going to be popping. You're going to enjoy that.
It's more vibrant, yeah.
It's more for you. It's more for them. It's more for everybody. We all gain. You remember how hyped the city was, Darrell, when we made it to the Super Bowl. That was one of the best times ever. And it was also one of the most hurtful times I've ever lived.
Because remember the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I didn't want to go to work.
It was a day. I called out.
I did too. And I admit this in listening to the people listening and watching. I cried.
But you thought you had it. You thought you had it in the bag.
Because we did.
I was calling my friend. I was like, "We going downtown, man."
There's no way in life in this universe that ever would have happened. There's no way.
You could play 10 games and have a 25-point lead, and that wouldn't happen again.
And then how dynamite our offense was, and it was at the end of the third quarter. All you had to do is finish the third and just manage the fourth. There's no way that should have happened. I still haven't watched that game, but
I haven't either. But so because of that, I'm saying because of what the Falcons did, my feelings towards the Braves are like, and even when the Hawks get really good and I'll start having that withdrawal from them. It's just the Falcons did it so much, and I don't want to put it on the Braves, but I kind of have no choice because then Georgia did it. So it's like all these things, and then even United. I did the same thing with United when we won.
Yeah.
I kept just looking at my phone.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it.
Just looking at it because you don't want to be hurt again. So I'm gonna be not optimistic. I'm gonna watch the game and try to be optimistic.
At least game 1.
Yes.
That's it. But I think they'll do good though. But speaking of things that are new and being optimistic, basketball season starts October 4th.
Excited about basketball.
Did that not come around quick?
Okay, super quick. Especially they just had media day, so I was like, they had John Collins, Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, Bruno Fernando, and DeAndre Hunter all together. I was like, man, that's cool.
It's just cool to finally see it. Like, it's been brewing behind scenes, and you've never seen them together. Then you see them together. I'm like, I'm framing that picture.
It was just like, I thought it was fun. I was at work, and I was just thinking, I was like, man, we were really pushing for Cam Reddish the entire season.
Bro, I'm talking about, we were talking about during the season was going on, and we're like, that's who I want.
Yep.
And we got it. So, dreams can come true.
Yeah. I'm more people like, why are you more excited about basketball when we can go to 6, like you said, or we can be like 10? It's because of seeing these young people play, and then it's like you're not. I don't want to say as invested. It's not like you're investing a championship with them.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, these guys are just going to grow and be exciting in the future.
Yeah, I mean, even if I can get that 60-win Hawks team, or if I can get that 08, the 2010 Hawks team, where we won 50-something games and we were really good, I'm talking about the Josh Smith, Joe Johnson. If I can get the Dominique and Mutombo Hawks back in the day, and ride with that, I'm okay as long as we can. That's sad we're saying that. If I can make more Eastern Conference Finals, I'm okay with it. Because I believe one day we'll break through. But if we're not making that, see, we have a history in most recent times of just making it to the second round and getting swept.
Being done.
Done. I'm talking about biggest blowouts in history. Done.
Right.
If we can keep making it a thing where we're pushing Game 7s, or if we're pushing Eastern Conference Finals each year, that's a win. That's a sad win, but that's a win.
No, it is. I think championships is if this team keeps developing, I think it's a huge championship. If Cam Reddish develops how we think, I'm excited to watch the Hawks this year.
I am too.
I still think so. Who do you think will be in the finals then this year?
I do think the Rockets.
Oh, you got the Rockets. I got a different West team.
Okay. And the East is up in the air. The East is still, it's.
I can see that.
Yeah. Who do you have West?
The Clippers.
Oh, I forgot about that one. You remember that's what we both agreed on that.
They will be the best defensive team in the league. They'll be more.
You know what's funny about that, man? For you guys that have been watching, listening at that point, watching now and listening, we called that. We had that. Where should Kawhi go? And we said, man, if that man goes to the Clippers with that team they had before, they're running it back to back because they're literally the Toronto Raptors of the West.
Yes.
And to me, they have a little more dog in them.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
And you know what's funny? It happened, and he's like, guess what I have? I have Paul George with me.
Paul George. A huge defensive player as well. They're going to be like the Pistons, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah, bro.
This
man's about to win back-to-back, in my mind, in our mind. Yeah. This man's about to win back-to-back with two different teams, and he's about to win 3 rings, or, with 3 different teams.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. In the East, I think it's between Milwaukee and Philly. I think they're the 2.
You see your boy said he's ready to shoot 3s this year?
Who's? Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He said he worked on his shot. It's finally developed. It's ready. And he said, if it's open, I'm shooting it. I'm taking it.
It's time to if he does that. If he's just mediocre from three, they're gonna win.
I agree. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, if he's mediocre,
he just gotta be serviceable. Like just a little threat to me. I have to guard him because he could make it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because he's bad. Not in general. We know that. But talking about 3-point. If he can raise that seriously to mediocre, that's scary.
He's 0%. So anything one is better than what he's been.
I agree.
But if he could shoot threes, it'll be Philly and LA in the finals.
It was interesting seeing the Warriors media day.
Why you say that?
It's just weird. Nothing was weird. It was just weird seeing this team without KD. And then you look closely, you see the scar on Klay's knee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the ACL surgery.
Yeah.
And of course he's not going to wear his brace for the picture because he doesn't want that. But people don't know that you can still walk with a torn ACL, even without a surgery. You can still walk. It may give out on you, but the thing you really can't do is cut.
Right.
So, like if you're a normal person, you actually don't need surgery. But I do recommend it. But yeah, it's weird seeing that, and it looked like he gained a little weight, obviously because he can't really do much.
Right.
But Draymond said they can make it back to the finals.
It depends on this D'Angelo Russell dynamic.
Hey, I can't wait to see him get traded. Hey, we talked about that in a previous episode. It could happen.
So the Timberwolves.
Leverage, man. If he's doing well, they'll keep him. If he's no. There's 3 lanes. If he's doing well, they'll keep him. If he's doing well again, they may trade him to leverage it.
Uh-huh.
And then if he does bad, they'll trade him.
Yeah, I don't. It made no sense.
It made no sense.
And Timberwolves to me are the best place to go because he's friends with Karl Anthony Towns, and also if you trade back Andrew Wiggins can play the 3, which they really don't have a 3.
No, not now.
That's why we were saying Carmelo should go there.
That's another thing I want to talk about in probably the next episode. Especially since basketball preseason will have started by the time we do the next episode. What is his future?
Right now, if I was just saying, if it's not Brooklyn, it's over with. It looks like.
If it's not LA, Brooklyn, or Warriors, it's over.
And that's sad. It's sad, man.
I want you to know it's sad. I want you to have empathy and sympathy. It's sad. We need to remember what he was like when he was on top. There's no way that man should go out like that.
Especially when Joe Johnson can get.
Thank you. This man just got another contract deal by playing in the Big 3.
Right.
And showed that he could play. I never thought he should have retired yet, anyways. But this man plays for on the Big 3, was MVP, wins the championship, and then gets a deal. He gets multiple tryouts because he was highly sought after, and then gets a deal with Detroit, which they're not going to be bad.
Right.
And Carmelo can't. And they call the man ISO Joe. It's literally ISO Melo. Like,
yep.
And I think he's a better one.
And that's James Harden, and like nobody really ISOs anymore.
No. And that's why that type of player is being extinct.
Right.
So, but I think Carmelo can still play on a super high caliber.
I agree, but I didn't understand why Golden State didn't call. So it's either Golden State or Brooklyn for me.
Yeah. I just think if you took a chance on Swaggy P, you can take a great chance on Carmelo Anthony.
Swaggy P.
Yeah. But I guess I want to talk about 2 people.
Okay.
Gostkowski for the Patriots.
Right.
I know you, before this podcast recording, guys, Darrell had to make some changes per fantasy.
I was scrambling like...
Yes.
Okay.
and then Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
Okay, for you guys watching and listening, Minshew is now the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
Do you think it's right? I'll jump right into the question. Do you think that it's right, or what are your thoughts, rather, of Jacksonville Jaguars using him as a marketing tactic to bring, not even winning, but to bring more people to the games, the home games, and they're also trying to, might I add, market him as Uncle Rico from what is it? What's that movie called? Um, no, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the mustache, and he believes in himself and he thinks he was a top quarterback. So they're marketing him to bring people there. Might I add, to close this out, but before you answer, they were going to do the same thing with Tim Tebow. They were going to use Tebow, a local Jacksonville boy,
Right.
to market people to go to the games. Might I add again, Tebow should have taken that chance instead of going to the Jets. But hey.
But hey, who are you saying?
Yeah.
I think I don't have a problem with it. I think Minshew he's the quarterback now. They're winning games. Well, they're 2-2, but they're better than what we kind of thought they were gonna be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they beat the Titans 20-7. That's better than what we did. So,
but they've always been close. My parents would always take me to Jacksonville Jaguars game. Mom, Dad, who are we gonna see them play against? The Titans. Dang it.
But I don't think it's a problem. I think Minshew, he's playing well. They should try to market him. I mean, they spend all that money on Nick Foles. He goes down in the first game.
Yeah.
But Minshew is doing good. He also is a running quarterback. He has a little running threat.
Yeah.
So I think it's a dope idea. And I think it should be, if he's playing like this, it should be a little competition between who's the starter.
So they're calling it Minshew Mania.
Everything's mania.
Everything's a mania. Tebow Mania. Well, Linsanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love those stories though. Where it's an underdog. Tebow really wasn't that, but
Right.
the Jeremy Lin, the just like people that come from nothing. Like Minshew was like a walk on, I think, with college, and then undrafted for the NFL, and then even this happened. Like he's still underdog by not being a starter. Still, somebody has to get hurt, and then he gets a chance, and he's at least managing going 500.
Yeah, he's
That's miraculous. That's something we all dream of.
Yeah, I mean he's doing well, and he should try to cash in on it because you don't know how long this is going to last.
I agree.
But he's doing well, and it should be a quarterback competition when Nick Foles comes back. I don't think they should just hand Nick Foles the job.
The NFL usually doesn't work like that. The only time it did work like that was Matt Flynn with going to what's that called, Seattle, after he did well for the Packers.
Right.
That was the only time that it was competitive until Russell Wilson got drafted, went to training camp, beat Matt Flynn, even though they gave Flynn a 2-year contract to be the starting quarterback. That's the only time Pete Carroll, likes to switch it up and whatnot. That's the only time that they didn't give the main guy the starting role.
Right. Yeah. He had the guts to give it to the guy who deserved it.
Hey, it worked. He almost made it to the Super Bowl his first year. They won it his second year. And definitely should have won it his third year.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they should have that same thing with Minshew, and they should just ride him out. I mean, their team is not that good. They don't have wide receivers. They're having a controversy already with defense with Jalen Ramsey doing what they're doing, what he does. I mean, that team, if they really work around Minshew, I think they can be really good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to elaborate on that. I just think that, it's a fun thing to watch. I'm happy for the guy. Questionable with his looks with that mustache, but hey, it's working. They're marketing it. I think he gets to show that he can play. And again, if he can keep 500 and elevate it a little higher than that, that's a win-win. And then, yes, at that point, they should make it a competition for who should be quarterback.
Right, absolutely.
When Foles comes back, which he will. But yeah. And then part B of that question, the Patriots with their kicker. Does that hurt their future because he was so reliable? The Patriots do face a lot of injuries on and on, but they seem to manage the boat. Will this one hurt them, depending on who they have as their kicker? Do you think it'll hurt them?
No, and that's because they could probably sign me and you, and it will magically work.
Why? Because they're so good, they're gonna blow people out.
Yeah. I just think that they're gonna find a kicker that nobody heard about, and they're gonna coach him up, and he's gonna be good. And then their defense is number 1 in the league, number 1 defense in the league, and they still have Tom Brady. The offense is still pretty good.
No,
so,
they're very good.
I think they'll find a kicker you haven't heard. Maybe they'll sign Giorgio Tavecchio, and he will be a Hall of Famer and 3/4 of the season with New England. Like,
or what's that dude that was a number 1 draft pick, or not number 1, but a first round draft pick
with Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could get him. I forgot his name, but could get him.
Exactly. He can finally live his dream.
Yeah, New England's going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're always fine, no matter what they do. Even when it seems like even when Tom Brady leaves, they'll be fine. It's like
that one. I kind of want to hope not.
Yeah, but you kind of in history they're kind of fine.
It can't go on forever.
It can't.
But we'll see. And the thing is, we can't even put a real timestamp on it. Like, when is that going to happen? We don't know. Because he just signed a 2-year deal, like we talked about in a previous earlier podcast episode, that Tom Brady's there for at least 2-3 more years. So,
It's useful.
Yeah.